if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, but this is Sold Out, where we talk that sneaker talk. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it, man. We got a little bit of everything over there. So pretty much, man, tonight's topic, we're talking Zadeh kicks, and I guess this was his girlfriend, Bethany Mockerman, pleaded guilty to fraud and conspiracy. And then we got Nike's revenue down 9%, even though it seems like they've been trying to do that fear of missing out situation with us and then just restock the stuff kind of later, at least with some of it, but not all of it. So we're going to hit those two topics tonight as well, and then pretty much just have a chill stream. Now, this Zadeh kick situation, we've been following this for at least, I want to say, a couple years. I want to say this popped off in 2022, but don't quote me on that. I got several articles of pretty much the rise and fall of Zadeh kicks, which, if you guys aren't familiar with that, he was obviously one of the most well-known resellers, what it is, but he kind of gave people deals, so ain't no telling how he was getting it. So hopefully we'll get a little reminder of that as we go through the story. Now, I remember they put like his remaining stock, or at least a lot of his remaining stock of sneakers, on eBay, and let's just say the reason I got some of the bangers that I got in there today, you know, is because of that one. I mean, I'm gotten everything from Off-White there to pretty much the Georgetown. So I want to say even my what am I looking for? I got the trophy room joints in there. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to say, if I go off the top of my head, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 or 7 strong kicks from Zadeh kicks. So out of that whole situation, man, sometimes that just shows you a part of the game of being just patient, man, because these sneakers that I got was, I'm going to say this, not necessarily impossible to cop, but you were going to have to pay resale for them anyway. But at least with this one, it was legit because the dude was getting his stuff apparently right out the back door, no pun intended, right? So pretty much I felt comfy going through there, and it still went through that 100% authenticity guaranteed. So, I mean, I guess his loss is my gain. And this situation too, man, I want to talk about. I don't want it to come across like I am picking on him or saying ha ha this and the third. This is just like one of those situations where it's a lessons learned that we all go through hard times, even whenever you up. Because I mean, if you look at the backstory from what I remember, homie was getting it, and then I don't know, you blink your eye, you lost control. Because I'm pretty sure he probably was like, "Yo, I'm gonna just get back on it, and then you start. I'll put it like this: if you get a little too flashy in this country, right? I can't help but think of like majority of the people in this country are extremely nosy. We want to know what everybody else is doing, especially if it looks like you're living way better than the average Joe Schmo, right? Okay, because I mean honestly, it's natural by habit because we're probably thinking like, hey, he's doing this. What am I doing wrong? Or what can I do to get money? Because I can live like that too. Not necessarily the same lifestyle, but just, I want to say, live even more comfortable than what you're living. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking the Zadeh Kick situation, but I think I'm going to start with the Nike's revenue down 9% and then go into the Zadeh Kick situation because I have a feeling that I can tell by the way I'm talking already. That one I got a lot to say, probably get off my chest. I got 3 different articles on that one, and then we'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, which don't look like we got too much coming, but I want to say that to the best of my knowledge, we do have the On My Year 3 set to be released on their website. So if you're not in that raffle, I think it closes officially tomorrow, but don't quote me on that. I'll double check that for you guys before we get off the live. But if I'm not mistaken, it closes tomorrow at midnight, and then it's gonna start selecting winners on Monday. And yeah, other than that, I'm still waiting on some sneakers to get through to the crib too. But other than that, yeah, man, let's just dive in. Let me touch the chat real quick, and then we'll get right on to nice topics, man. It says, we see Kwame in the building. Says, yo, what up, Kwame? Says, chilling, enjoying the night off work. That's what's up, man. We all need a break sometime. Today was my relaxed day as well, man. When I tell you I did the bare bone minimum in life, this is me. I kind of regret it, but at the same time, sometimes you just got to let your body reset, man. And we got official Wild Boy SK in there. Says, you're, what up, what up, what up, what up? Hopefully I'm saying that part correctly. If not, it is what it is. I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? So let me find my screens real quick, and then we'll get the party started. I'm gonna start with the Nike situation with the 9% of the revenue is down from the latest, and then we'll keep the party going. Okay, so let me share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds, and boom, you guys should be seeing my screen, of course. So yeah, here we go right here. It says Nike revenues down 9% in the latest report. It says Nike report that quarter 3 of its 2025 fiscal year saw a decline of 11.3 billion in revenue right there. So, I mean, they dropping the stuff and it's selling, but at the same time, and I hate to bring politics into this, dog, everything is up for the most part. Well, I will say this. One thing I did notice, and I don't want to talk politics or anything like that, but I had to get gas on Friday in the vehicle, which was yesterday. I noticed the gas prices are down. They nowhere near what they used to be back in the day where you could pop a 20 spot in there and you good for the whole week. You know, that's over with for a minute. But they are down. So I can say that Nike isn't the only one that's taking hits because, I mean, let me put it this way, man. And I'm going to tell this to anybody, right? Whether we realize it or not, you can say that you don't need nobody, this, that, and the third, but we all kind of we all survive off each other in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? I buy food to eat, you know what I'm saying? And then that gets back in that person's pocket, but then I do this, I'm working here to help this company. And then, we all help keep each other's lights on to a certain extent, man. So if Nike's feeling it, with the sales is down, it's because we're feeling it in our pockets and certain stuff that we got to prioritize over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you. As much as I love buying sneakers, I still got to pay the bills and stuff first. That just come with the game. Let me hit the chat real quick. Kwame says, they could have bought that money in if they didn't make the latest resale limited. Yeah, this is true. This is true. And that's Nike, them trying to switch up the strategy too. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, that's like you're trying to limit all these releases to get the hype back and the demand back. Yeah, your stuff's selling out, but had you made just a few more, but then I get it. They're in a rock and a hard place because if they would have made more, Kwame, I agree with you, by the way. I don't want you to say, I'm just playing devil's advocate, but had they would have did that, then what do you think people are going to say? Bricks, 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 bricks. And that like everybody's gonna think like, okay, cool. Well, Nike's even down even more now. So I mean, they're in a rock and a hard place. You know what I'm saying? They're damn if you do, damn if you don't. And we go through this cycle every few years. If you think about it, I remember they went it where it was limited and people was complaining not enough, was getting all these fights, which ironically, right, we did a live on the fights and stuff like that and the shootings and stuff that happened necessarily around it. We can't really blame Nike and Jordan Brand for that. But it's just ironic that these people end up meeting them at the store and take care of business. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, had they made more, they would have pleased us, the sneakerheads. But then at the same time, it's that people also mumble and grumble. So this what kind of irks me about the sneaker game too a little bit, if I can vent, is me where if I see a shoe sitting, I don't necessarily mean it's a bad shoe or it sucks or it's a brick, as they like to call it, because when I'm buying my shoes, I'm buying to rock because I like the joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not thinking of the value of it. Like, I hate when, and I don't say hate, but, you know, I have some people that ask me, they're like, yo, what's this sneaker worth and what's that shoe worth? Or they're like, yo, if I buy this, how much can I make off of this? And I'm like, I mean, sure, I can go down a rabbit hole and look it up for you, but I always tell those people like, hey, man, you need to do your research yourself because, to be honest, why, yes, I do sell shoes and I got 4 pairs of shoes I'm about to lock and load and sell, but they're shoes that I've worn, gotten my money's worth, and I've got the most updated version of the shoe. It's not like I'm selling it. It's just like I'm not wearing it because now it's become a double up, and I don't do too many double ups. I'm very selective on doubling up and keeping certain ones. So that's where all this came from. You know what I mean? But to be honest, yeah, I sell shoes, but I don't necessarily consider mine profit. I consider, if anything, just breaking even or using that to cop something else that I had that was limited, you know, but everybody do it differently. But the people who always ask me about the business side of the things, I'm like, to be honest, man, we made it, us sneakerheads made it what we're willing to pay. And with the sneaker, we low key created a resale business without even trying. You know what I mean? It just was because that's what we willing to do because we're that dedicated and into it. And that could happen to any business, like as far as even trading like baseball cards. You know what I mean? Slayer says, what's up, Sneaker Squad 100? What up, Slayer? Kwame says, what up, Slayer? Slayer says, Kwame, got the hands up. It says, Nike shared the results of the third quarter of the 2025 physical year yesterday, revealing that revenues were down $11.3 billion, down by 9% as compared to last year. The swoosh revenue decline stretched across the brand with the direct-to-consumer sales, decreasing $4.7 billion in its wholesale business, down to $6.2 billion. Nike also confirmed that its subsidiary brand Converse saw a decrease to $405 million in revenue and 18% decline compared to the prior year. I mean, to be honest, Nike them has been pushing Converse, but not on the level, you know what I mean? It's still not it. They have done some decent stuff, but y'all make it harder to get some of the most rare stuff. So then, you know, like they think that they would make people want to, all right, cool, I'll get this instead, which that do work. But you also got to think there's some people like me. It's like, well, if I can't have it, I'm not getting nothing at all. That's just me. I'm like, I'm not getting it all. Or I'm going to go find it on the resale market if I can find it at a decent price. And that's how we got the resale market alive too. But Converse down, decreased to $405 million. That's still a lot of money, but companies are designed, they want to always see an increase, right? They don't want to see a decrease. So to them, it's not good and it's not going to always, it doesn't look good. But that's interesting to me, man. Like when I think about it, I really be like, this really is one of those where we are following through on hard times, but these are still decent numbers in my book. And even Nike's decline, the other sneaker brands, they trying to get there, you know, or they're probably right close on Nike, but Nike used to be way up there. Now, with this new CEO in there, we got to anticipate this too, because whenever you get a new CEO change, and I've seen this happen for other companies I work for, right? Ironically, I used to work for a retail store, and I remember when the new CEO changed, he came in and changed all these changes, and his core following, that store's core following, I should say, that store's core following about, because the store I worked for, they were big on coupons, and then they killed the coupon thing and just started making very great sales. But people didn't see that. They saw that, hey, the coupons away, how we supposed to buy this stuff because it's all marked up. And then it turned a lot of people away. And then they started remodeling the stores, and that cost money too. So what I'm trying to say is when the new CEO usually gets in there, they usually see a decrease before stuff go to increase. And we can say the same about Foot Locker. And then when they got a new CEO, it went down when they closed some stores. You know, remember they closed like over 400 stores, and then they actually started remodeling all the other stores and revamping the other stores. You know, a part of that whole plan that they created. So, just to say, this is, I hate to say this, as it declines, that's actually considered normal. You know, because you know you coming in. The other guy had the sales up, but you know, it wasn't where they want to be. So now you got to get another guy in there just to decrease it more before we can climb back up. It's just kind of funny how business works, man. It says, it's worth mentioning that this was Nike's first quarter under the CEO, Elliott Hill, in returning to the brand in October. Despite the decline in revenue this quarter, Hill remained confident that in his win now strategy refocus his product offering beyond its classic styles while also introducing new innovations. There's that word again that you're always going to see when it comes to sneaker talk. We're always going to be saying innovation, innovation, innovation. Dog, it's like, I get it. We need to do something different is what that means. But at the same time, this guy's been in the company before, so we're going to see what he's doing. I've already noticed a change, and everybody that I talked to, right down to, I had to handle some business yesterday, right? Actually, I had business all week, dog. This has been one for me. I was ready for this week to be over with, to be honest. But anyway, I was talking to another person about sneakers because they're just as sneakers as much as I am, and we all agree. And even in the Goodfellas meeting I had yesterday, it was like, yo, we're just in some different times as far as the sneaker world. And we go through this from time to time. And I hate it because when they get the CEO change, that's whenever us, the consumer or the customers, we're the ones that's like got to feel it first. Because like, you know, we're trying to get these sneakers. But it's like they were always kind of, we would like the product to be, even if it's going to be limited, at least make it readily available where we can find it. I shouldn't have to hunt this down in this store, this, that, and the third. And then it would be nice if Nike them actually did some advertising and stuff and where to find this stuff as well. I mean, I don't know about y'all. Like, I find this stuff all over the social medias that I don't even really like using. You know what I'm saying? I just wish we had a strict calendar and information right there from Nike. They put it out there, but it's not as, it could be improved if you ask me, right? Just, you know what I'm saying? As I get older too, I don't want to do all the wild goose chases and shit. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. Where we at real quick? Let's see. Slayer says, don't forget about the inflation too. I actually wait for them Nike sales on the Nike site. That's what's up. Yeah, inflation is a big thing too, because reality is that's where we are putting that's what I mean when we're putting certain priorities up first. Cool. You got to eat. You got to make sure you take care of your family. Even as far as the electricity bill has went up too, man. I've noticed that, and I'm like, I don't even have the lights on, even though technically I got one on right now. But like in general, for the most part, this is my thing. I don't see how the light bill for me is what it is when I spend majority of us, and this is not just me, but our country in general, man. Before we shut down and all that, we're going back to quote unquote normal times, which is kind of not normal, but we're to the point where everybody's physically going to work now. Like, it's not saying people aren't working from home, but it's very rare. And this is my thing. The bill costs just as much as when I did work from home as to when I go back in the office. So like, what the heck is going on? Because I'm like, if I'm not here and I don't got shit on, even though technically you got stuff plugged in all the time, but if you have it off, it's usually in a low powered state, I would think, unless you want me to just unplug everything and plug it back in when I get in to make sure the bill could be as low as possible. But I don't even think that would even work. But yeah, we got a lot of things that like literally that used to be one price and it's pretty much $10 to $15. Like even when I remember when Dunks was used to be on the lives, like, yo, what I used to buy the same exact stuff at Wally World, aka Walmart. It used to be $80. I watched it go from 80, 90 to 130 now. I'm like, bro, this is the same stuff. These are my necessity joints. You know what I'm saying? But if they're your necessities, that's what you're saying. You need them, right? Let's see. Slayer says, I'm going to put more thought on the Nike purchases. Yeah, everybody is. And that's the thing. Remember, everybody was giving me a hard time like, yo, he skips everything. And I'm like, yo, I've been very selective for 2 years straight, you know, probably even more than that now, probably even 3 years straight. Because they're like, yo, homie skips every sneaker. And I'm like, no, I'm selective with every sneaker because I got other things I had to pay. I can't, if I could just buy them all, cool. I probably still wouldn't, because reality is, one thing that it really made me sell some of my double ups is because it's like, yo, it gets overwhelming in the sneaker room sometimes. Like sometimes you will look around, it's like, dog, like I ain't wore this in a long time. I got this. This is what I did the other day, right? I went into the sneaker spot in my sneaker room, and I was like, yo, you got two of these, and you wearing which one? What you trying to do? Like you wearing the other one, and it's just as in good condition. You're not gonna be able to wear both. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, I'm keeping them. This is me thinking out loud. Like, I'm keeping them because if I do got to do something crazy, I can go do them. Like, you got other sneakers you can use for beaters now at this point. That's how the collection has gotten. So I'm like, okay, cool. You can let some of these double ups go. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how I do when I let them go. But yeah. So I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm just being very selective this year. Point blank. Period. Let's see, we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, what's good? He sold our family. Let's see, Kwame says, what up, Manny? Let's see, Manny with the kicks says, they're only a chosen few for the rest of the year for me. Okay, cool. And then that's Manny says, what up, Kwame? I feel you. This year, honestly, I want to say I definitely want those on my year threes that we got there. So I may have to do what I got to do on those. But we've been going back and forth and not necessarily arguing, but just kind of debating and trying to figure out, and I'm talking me and Divine, is those shoes how they're gonna do on the resale side of things. Are they gonna be close to retail, which it looks like they will be? Are they gonna spike up, or is it gonna sell out? Is it gonna be a hard cop? It's a lot of, even the person that I was working with yesterday, they even showed me, they were like, they didn't even enter the raffle until I talked to them. I don't know if I convinced them or told them to do it, but I was like, yo, because we were like, are they gonna come on sneakers? We haven't seen them on sneakers, you know. We don't know. It's the fear of unknown too, you know. So they end up entering for the raffle. You know what I mean? That's how it just goes. Let's see. We got Thomas Gooden Jr. in the building. Junior in the building says he should be locked up. We'll see. Who you talking about should be locked up? Let's see. Manny says I'm on year 3 is going to be a brick out watch. I will say this with the comparison that we seen in the Discord too. Shameless plug, by the way, everybody. It does look like those other blue threes as well that we put in that joint. And I'll say from the side, yeah, you probably can tell where they got a little bit of inspiration from. It also reminds me of like a racer blue type of thing too. So it could be a lot of things and factors that we could put into that too, man. So they probably are not going to be on a level of like, you know, maybe even the black threes, because those were not a hard cop, the black on my year 3s, but nothing compared to that first on my year 3. I don't think they'll get that one again. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. They're going to have to put a little bit more work in that one. Because, you know, what people are saying too is like, yo, these look exactly just like, you know, the pairs we got before. They're doing the same thing over and over, just changing the color. I'm like, that's still fair. We got to give them a get out of jail free card because, to be fair, Nike's been doing that for years. We got to call a spade, you know what I'm saying? So, but I get what they're saying when people say that, because they're like, well, this is a collab. This is like, you know what I mean? This is something that you're supposed to do something different and take more time because it's a collab, you know? But we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Official Wild Boy K says, I'm scared to do raffles for the on my year 3s. I'm going to just wait for them to drop on the on my year or the sneakers if they even do. Why are you scared? Out of curiosity. Let me get back to the article real quick. It says, our outlook for the second half of the physical 2025 year, driven by our win now actions, remains consistent with what we communicated last quarter. Nike Inc. Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer Matthew Friend said, the operating environment is dynamic, but what matters most for Nike is serving athletes with new product innovation and igniting the brand's momentum through sports. So that's looked like they're going to take that route. They're going to take back the sports route, which that's fine because that's kind of where it started anyway, where it kind of blew up with Michael Jordan, right? He, you know, Michael Jordan, Nike them wouldn't probably be nothing without Jordan. Let's just keep it 100. And I know they take very good care of him. We got to keep that 100. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Wild Boy says, I'm just scared to end up with more than one. Okay, yeah, if you enter all that, I get it. It just happens. It can happen. Let's see. Manny says, I'd rather wait for them at the Nike outlet. I don't think the on my year 3s is going to hit the outlet, bruh. I'm not saying they won't, but that one would really surprise me if that happens. I'm not saying it won't happen, but that'll really surprise me real quick. I ain't even going to hold you. Let's see. Official Wild Boy K says, definitely double up worthy, but it's just too many shoes I need this year. I'm more so on the side of Manny's side of things, which is nothing wrong with that. It's a few shoes I want, but nothing super crazy that's really wowed me. I'm still on the fence where if you think about it, we still have those rare airs that they're trying to push us. Remember, we've seen the 3 version, we've seen the 4 version, and apparently there's an 11 version. I don't know. That one's got me on the fence. We got the black cements, we got the white cement 4s coming. That one is a must cop. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I don't know if I'm gonna go back and grab those Bread 85s. I know you got them, Official Wild Boy SK, but like I'm debating if I'm gonna go grab those on that, go get them. You know what I'm saying? I've been debating, going back and forth with that. But other than that, man, let's go ahead and for the last 30 minutes, we're going to transition into the Zadeh kick situation because I got 3 pages here, so that'll probably take me a strong like 15 minutes or so, and then we'll get ready to wrap things up and talk upcoming sneaker releases for sure. Let's see. Slayer says, I'ma just stack up on bread and treat myself later. I feel you. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, that's me too, man. When I be skipping the stuff, like that's usually when I be stacking up to get something nice. Keep in mind, we do got those Travis's, those reverse Travis joints coming too. That's got the collab with, dang, I can't even think right now. But we got those Jordan Low Travis's coming too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see how those do. The reverse blue joints. Those joints are looking nice. Let's see. Official Wild Boy SK says there was about 50 pairs I want that dropped in 2025 already. Sheesh. I'll tell you what else I'm looking forward to too that I haven't seen loaded up. Is those Air Max 95 joints, that neon joint, the neon green, the neons. I want those. I gotta have those. Those I don't even know if I want to work. I'm gonna work them in the gym, but I almost don't really want to. But anyway, let's transition to this next article real quick. It says the rise in multi-billion-dollar fall of Zadeh kicks, and this is from March 21st, 2025, which by my date today is the 22nd. So this is kind of fresh off the press with this one right here. It says fast cars, fancy watches, and millions missing. The rise in rapid fall of Zadeh kicks is a cautionary tale about a white hot business that moves so fast it outpaces both regulators and customer protection. To make sense of the story, Zadeh kicks, we have to first understand a few things. How a business can operate in a shady space without direct ties to suppliers of its products. Its dangers of non-traditional and high-interest loans. Why the sneaker resale business has become the hottest space in men's fashion. And the platforms that hosted the business and processed the money and became accomplice in its drastic downfall. So pretty much this is like giving you a history on it, the back history. And this is what I want to do, man, because to be honest, this is perfect. I need a refresher myself because I know I've covered this, but it's good to go back, right? It says last month, the world of sneaker resale shaken up by the news that the Eugene, Oregon-based Zadeh Kicks had requested an Oregon court to dissolve its 9-year-old business, declaring itself insolvent and unable to pay millions of dollars worth of debt. So that's what it is when you get in debt. I think pretty much it's kind of one of those you get to file for bankruptcy type of situation where, and to the best of my knowledge, I think it's one of those, they consolidate all the shit you owe for one payment so you can still survive. But, don't quote me on any of that. It says, days after filing, Zadeh Kicks changed its homepage, directing customers to contact David P. Stapton, the court-appointed receiver. Within hours, thousands of Zadeh Kicks customers had joined a live Twitter space looking for answers on how to receive their money and to share their expenses with Michaela Zadeh, which I'm hoping I am saying that correctly. It says Michaela Zadeh. If I'm saying that wrong, forgive me. That was not easy. I'm the company's owner, right? Okay, so pretty much this is what we're seeing right here. This is the Zadeh Kicks website. From what you can see, it says on May 20, 2022, right? And I think this is what I remember when this all kind of kicked off or whenever stuff was coming out, more information. David P. Stapton was appointed by the Circuit Court for the state of Oregon for the county of Lane to serve as a receiver with certain roles identified in the order appointing receiver. The owner of Zadeh Kicks LLC petitioned the court for voluntary dissolution under court supervision and the appointment of a receiver and order to protect and preserve the assets belong in the reservership estate and to assist in the delusion of the business. Says the receiver will provide updates as they become available. Please report back to this website periodically to stay appraised of events regarding and dissolution and in liquidation of its business. Because I remember that pretty much mean they had to sell their remaining stock, liquidation, you know what I mean, to get rid of what you got left. And he's not the only one that's had to do that. You think about it, when Ye went off with Adidas, they had to do the same thing. They liquidated all their remaining Yeezy stock, to the best of my knowledge, right? Meaning, if I'm thinking of it wrong, but that means they liquidated, they got rid of that stuff. So pretty much they got rid of it and it's done. I think that's what it is on this one. And then you think about it, Adidas them even did some donations with some of the money as well. Let's see, Manuel Kick says, those going to be limited. The 95 Neons, only 10K. Shaking my head. Man, don't tell me that. He says, I need the UNC Air Force One Reimagined joint. Okay. I mean, yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, we got to see that too. I'll talk about it towards the end of the live. Let's see. Makeda Zadeh launched Zadeh Kicks LLC in 2013 and saw growth rapidly climbing to $2 million in sales by 2015, $6 million in monthly sales in 2017, and eventually ranking in the top % of all Shopify merchants by 2020. In 2021, the record over 84,500 sales were estimated of pre-orders to be worth more than $100 million. So that's probably when it got in over his head right there, because think about it, 2020 and 2021 was the craziest times for sneakers because we were all in that lockdown mode and people had more time on their hands and they invested in the sneakers, and looks like they were investing into this guy because he had what appeared to be some type of, connection to the sneakers. But again, you got that many sales to fulfill and it's just you, and you was probably in the weeds but making it before, but now it's just you. So it's a lot more on your head. Pause. Let's see where we at real quick. Manuel Kick says double up worthy. Let's see where we at real quick. Zadeh Kick sold highly sought after limited edition sneakers from the likes of Jordan, Nike, and Yeezy, but had no direct relationship with the brands or any others. To obtain the shoes as described on ZadehKicks.com before the site was taken offline, Zadeh Kicks would purchase products from independent retailers and suppliers. Prior to forming Zadeh Kicks, Michael Mazzucchelli purchased older stock from retail stores and sold them on eBay. So pretty much, I guess that's was his hustle before. And he says, by developing a relationship with the stores he purchased them, Michaela was eventually able to secure newly released products, including retro Jordans, in the manner commonly referred to in the business as the backdoor arrangement. So there you go right there. This is guy, if we're going to sum this up, right? This guy is probably the backdoor king of getting sneakers, right? Pretty much, because if he wasn't getting them directly from Nike, he pretty much was shopping at these stores, flipping them, like flipping some shoes, and eventually he got good connections. I wonder if they're gonna reveal like the actual stores that it was, but I couldn't assume that it was probably something as the level of a Foot Locker, because that would have probably shut them, that would have hurt them as a business, big time. Let's see, Manuel Kick says, Air Jordan 1, damn, auto-correct. It's all good, bro. Air Jordan 1, I got you. Air Jordan 1 UNC Reimagined joint. It's all good, bro. Says, he told me every one of my friends in retail was selling to him, but I never did. Owner of the authorized Nike retailer recalling encounter with Michael Michaela Zadeh. So they're not putting out the actual authorized retail store, but his stuff was legit and was real. Says, Nike, like many footwear brands, carefully restricts the products they are able to order and which accounts are authorized to sell those products online. Brick and mortar stores, which are prohibited from selling online through, will often rely on a handful of individuals like handle shoes and leftover sizes to be cleaned older products out of the stock room and out the balance sheet. Says the service that Zadeh provided has been common practice in the sneaker business for years, but has operated in the shadows of major brands, as this method of offloading older stock to marketplaces like eBay or Amazon is typically a violation of the retailer's agreement. So pretty much what it's saying is like, that retail store is not supposed to kind of hand that over and do like a side deal. That's kind of not in the business agreement. Like, case in point, say like what it means is that store has those shoes just sitting there, nobody's coming to buy them, but you put them on eBay for, you know, what you paid for them and get your money back. I don't think you're supposed to do that and call it a sale. But don't correct me. Maybe I'm reading or misunderstanding it wrong here. It says a boom for Zadeh. Zadeh Kick's petition for disillusion makes it clear that beginning in January of 2020, the business had experienced an exponential growth in pre-sales of yet to be released sneakers, but was unable to keep up with the growth, lacking the accurate system to handle the surge in business. And that's basically what it is. At first, it was probably booming. He was good. And then once more people got into it, like 2020 and 2021, when everybody wanted to be a reseller, I don't know if you guys remember that phase, boom, that's when he probably got hit, and it's like, bro, this is way too much for me. You know what I mean? Thomas Golden says, most of my sneakers are Air Force Ones. Okay, that's what's up. It says, by September of 2020, ZadehKicks.com achieved the milestone of ranking the top 1% at Shopify stores. The @ZadehKicks Instagram page has a copy of the email from the Shopify pinned, despite having deleted 3,432 Instagram posts since February of 2022 and recently made the account private. So they were going through it, but they had this here pretty much where they showed them where they had hit the top 1% in Shopify sales. It says the growth continued in 2021 as Zadeh Kicks recorded more than 84,500 orders. A screenshot of the achievement was also posted as the story update to Zadeh Kicks Instagram. It says, dang, a year in 2021 has been so much good, definitely some bad struggles, challenges, things to overcome and improve upon. So he showed them the orders he had right there. But at that point, he had to know, bro. He was probably in over his head. Because he had to, and it's a thing where it probably fell apart. His connections that he had with those stores, they couldn't keep up with the demand either. You know what I mean? It was okay at first because they had the numbers, but Nike, when they start limiting stuff, you know, they don't have it. And then, you know, where he going to get it from? They try to get restocks from the stores. Ain't no telling what the hell was going through. And this was from January 2022, says, but thank God to you all who contributed to this year for the ZK, which I'm assuming that's Zadeh Kicks, and the cheers to the next year. We hope we can pay it forward, move and improve in many things. So it's a boom of resale sneaker business. Here we go right here. And this is what I was saying. Pretty much, I lived this, so it's kind of easy to kind of get through this joint. It says, for C19, pretty much pandemic and resulting closures of retail stores caused a massive adjustment in the sneaker industry, which little time to plan. Brands and retailers had to scramble to engineer new ways to sell their shoes despite being shattered in much of its country. Nike, for example, permitted previous unauthorized merchants to start selling online, and see large chain stores such as Foot Locker responded by allocating more units to their e-commerce platform as hundreds of malls shut down. So, I mean, you really ain't had no choice but to go online, so they kind of had to take it there a little bit. It says, shortly into the pandemic, the Netflix docuseries The Last Dance aired over the course of the 5 weeks, telling the story of Michael Jordan's historic final season with the Chicago Bulls. The success of the series was reflected not just in the streaming volume, but in the increased demand for retro Jordans driving up in prices. Yeah, it definitely took things up. So, I mean, that one was kind of hard too, man. So, a lot of shoes that normally wouldn't sell was selling. Like back in 2020 and 2021, every shoe was a tough cop. And everything you know is going to sell out. But some pairs that I actually got lucky on, I ended up selling those joints because I didn't really like them because I was just trying to get something at that point. Because you couldn't cop nothing that, you know, because I'll never forget when we got shut down at 2020 and 2021, everybody was like, I know you booming in the sneakers, homie, because you got time on your hands. I'm like, dude, I can't catch a break. You know what I'm saying? At all. It says the Air Jordan 1 Chicago 2015 Retro, for instance, sold for an average price of $938 in the March of 2020. In May, after the last episode of The Last Dance aired, they are selling an average price of $1,517. So the Chicago Jordan 1 went up. And I remember I seen somebody had them joints on one time, and I didn't even really go crazy over them back then. But then now I really wish I had them. It says, After the factor of pushing up the sneaker prices was the federal government's decision to respond to the pandemic by issuing economic stimulus checks. The Travis Scott Jordan 1 released in May of 2019 saw its price peak of the year summer, and it was a downward trend until the first stimulus check started arriving in March 2020. You could watch Travis Jordan 1 sales jump with each stimulus check. Ralph Gordata, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, of Sneaker Summit told Nice Kicks in 2021, says all of a sudden people got $1,400 in the mail, and the Travis Scotts were right below that. So for a lot of folks, they opened up an envelope and they had a ticket to one of their grails, pretty much. So because some people still was getting checks, and this is how this joint jumped up. Like, I think I came in that joint, like when I caught mine, I got it right before that wave, but I still had to come off the hip too. So I probably low-key fall into that inventory, dog, just to keep it real. It says, on stage in 2015, StockX co-founder and former CEO Josh Luber talked about the market merchants or mechanics of sneakers and alluded to the possibility of the stock market of things. StockX, backed by serial entrepreneurs Dan Gilbert, launched in February of 2016, offering users the ability to place bids and ask for sneakers, and similar to how the stockbroker would. So pretty much a stock market of sneakers, pretty much. It's a good idea, but it just, StockX, yeah, that's a whole nother live. But it also reported market data on product pages, providing immediate insight into their price history. So pretty much, if you were the person that's trying to get into the business side of things, you would love StockX, because a lot of people's like, man, a lot of these resale companies aren't going to like this. But if anything, it helped them, because what they did, I noticed with the resale stores physically, I'm talking the ones that got physical locations. So cool, if it was going for this on StockX, they sold it for more than that. Like whatever they would charge on top of that, they put like an extra 50 to 100 spot on theirs, because they're like, well, StockX, you got to shipping, you got to wait. They factored all that in too, you know? And then there, they look at it like, well, you can just get it directly with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Says in 2019, says Colwyn Research released a report declaring sneakers to be an alternative asset class, projecting that sneaker resale market reached $30 billion by 2030. In a follow-up report released in 2021, Cohen reported that the sneaker resale market grew 100% in 2020, with the industry passing $2 billion in U.S. sales and expected 20% year-over-year growth for the rest of the decade. More recently, the group released a third report in the sneakers as an investment class series, maintaining their 2030 projection and adding that sneaker resale will significantly outperforming the brick and e-commerce, the border e-commerce ecosystem, which had been declaring in 2022. Right now, it's probably still going to be not on the necessarily up and up on this one right here, right? Where we at real quick? Let's see. We got Kaya Kid in there, says, at Manny Salute. What up, what up, what up? Where we at real quick? It says, in addition to the traditional sneaker resales investment opportunities, there's been a dramatic rise and increase in one-of-a-kind and game-worn sneakers. Auction houses, Sobe, yeah, I remember them because I actually been on there before. Christie's and the Heritage of Auctions have hosted sales for shoes worn by Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Allen Iverson, and other NBA Hall of Famers. Christie's teamed up with the sneaker resale store Stadium Goods to curate collection of 11 pairs of game-worn Michael Jordan shoes, which sold for a total of $931,000 and $875. Yeah, so $931,000, dog. That's almost $1 million. That's really close to $1 million. So these guys are making. There is money in the sneaker business if you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We could leave it at that. It says, and the most expensive sneaker sale in history took place in April of 2021 when Sobeys facilitated a private sale of the Nike Air Yeezy prototype worn by Kanye West during the 2008 Grammy Awards for $1.8 million. It says the purchases were Rares, a company that enables retail investors to purchase fractional shares of the shoe for as little as $5. Sneaker futures. Nike sells shoes their authorized retailers primarily through two types of transactions. at once. They called it available to ship orders. Their products currently in stock and in the future. So this goes down a rabbit hole on this joint. So we're going to see where this kind of ties into Zadeh Kicks. But I want to do they give you the history of this. So I want to see where we could, because that's going through that. I'm going to take it right down to Zadeh Kicks joint, because we kind of know how the Nike stuff work. It says, in Zadeh Kicks pre-order business model, though, orders were placed in a paid upfront by the consumers, right? This window of time between customers and prepayment and product delivery varied, typically between 3 and 6 months ahead of its release. It says, so that means that's what he was doing. If you got the people, some of these resale shops, let's just keep it 100, we ain't got to say who, that would have them early, you know what I'm saying? That would be the deal of the thing, so we can see how it goes. But like, we would pretty much those people would have it early and be able to sell it. Like, if they were getting it for him from retail, then they had it 2-3 months early. They could sell it for double the price, especially if the demand was there. You know what I'm saying? It says, in an insight or in a hindsight and looking at things now, when Zadeh was offering pre-order for shoes, he essentially sold us an option contract or a commodity future, but with not exactly the most definite delivery date set in stone. A Zadeh Kicks buyer since 2019 stated, to make it worse, some of the shoes he took orders for, he couldn't have possibly verified that he would have access to because it didn't exist. Wow. So he had pre-orders on his site for shoes that hadn't even been technically made yet. You know what I mean? That's kind of wild. Let's see, Devon Photos in the building says, what up, Devon? It says, some of the shoes he, and they're talking Zadeh Kicks here, took pre-orders for, he couldn't have, we read that part already. So that's pretty much from a bulk pre-order customer of Zadeh Kicks. So he was ordering stuff, and that means he most likely was some type of resale store or some type of store, right? Numerous times, Zadeh Kicks sold shoes based solely on the Photoshop mock-up of the colorway that never came to market. And see, that's what bothers me with, like, and not to take shots at GOAT or anybody, but that's what kind of bothers me when buying places from places like that. eBay, they let you use stock photos too, but those people, they should be able to provide you like a legit image if they have it. You know what I mean? So that's one of those, I don't know. That's what, and I've had one bad experience with GOAT, and then, you know, I've had some decent experience with GOAT too, but some people told me they've had just as worse experiences from GOAT than I have, you know? Since Zadeh Kicks relied on retail stores to supply them through the backdoor arrangement, customers never expected to get their shoes ahead of the official release date, but generally received them not too long afterwards. This was generally not seen as a problem for customers who place bulk pre-orders, and prices tend to start rising shortly after the product was released. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they make an investment, they get the shoes, and then they flip them and raise the price up. I get it. It says, some pre-orders arrived quickly, though it depended on several factors. If it wasn't just in the beginning that I received my items quickly and when I had smaller orders, but it was also when my pre-order price that I paid was well above the market price when the shoes came out. Said a regular Zadeh Kicks customer since 2020 who is owed over $25,000, meaning he's ordered that much stuff and ain't got his bread. It says, but then things began to change. Usually it would take a month to get an order in, but so basically they were saying like you could sometimes get them early, but then sometimes you would get them like a week later. But then he said, as obviously when he got more orders, yeah, stuff started to change. It took a month. It said, but then things began to change. Usually it would take a month to get the order, but starting in the summer of 2020, some of my orders took 2 or 3 months, and a bulk pre-order customer since 2019 who shared with Nice Kicks that he is out more than 3 million in unfulfilled orders. So damn. My thing is this though, if you start to see it's taking a little bit long, hold off. You know what I'm saying? Until you see, you know, your stuff start coming in, then go buy some more. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't just throw my money right up there at the top like that, but that's just me. Says, it wasn't out of the ordinary for the shipments to take a long time to arrive, and almost never did they all come together. A pre-order customer says since 2020 told us, I placed an order for 200 pairs of fire red Air Jordan 4s, and I would get shipments of 16, 20 pairs at a time, often a month or two between each shipment. So he would ship them as he got them, but he got in over his head. You know what I mean? Because now people started to buy that crazy amount. To be honest, what he should have did was limit his, like, to be honest, he should have did, like, before he put the stuff up on the website, he should literally have just, like, either canceled the orders or refund some of the money back right off rip. But at the same time, you seeing all that money in your account and but this is the thing, you can't get that many pairs. You should have already had a system set up to limit that to begin with. Let's see. Thomas says, how many people did Zadeh kick scam? It sounds like several, man. A lot of people are being kind of quiet too, because I think they don't want to be affiliated with this, because you're gonna find out where they're getting their shit from. Devon says, plus dude was flashy. Yeah, and that's another thing too. When you get flashy, people tend to notice and like, all right, what is this guy doing? And then you got all these eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? It says, throughout 2020, shipping delays got progressively worse. By the end of the year 2020, I didn't mind if Zadeh Kicks offered to buy me out of my order rather than waiting for the shoes to come in. There was no telling how long it would take, and I would have preferred to get my money to purchase more pre-orders. Wow. So you bought yourself out of that just to get right back into it? This sounds like an addicting situation. It says, a pattern to Zadeh's buyouts began to emerge. Right before the release, usually just a couple days, he would let me know that he had a bulk buyer lined up and really pushed for me to do the deal at the time. I thought he had made my life easier without having to handle a large shipment of shoes that I needed to find buyers for. If he was just able to make a little money off my order, I would benefit him too. It says whether or not, and they're talking Zadeh Kicks here, actually had the bulk buyer lined up is unknown. In hindsight, buyers were looked back on this moments that Zadeh was trying to cover his shortcomings in pre-order pairs and avoid the financial pain of having to purchase on the secondary market to fulfill orders he wasn't able to procure from his backdoor suppliers. So he had some backdoor suppliers, but his supply and demand wasn't there. And that's where we got the whole story where he was actually got to the point where he was copping shoes off of StockX. Like it says, it was not a secret that Zadeh Kicks had an active relationship with StockX as a customer. Let's see, there you go right there. As a former employee of StockX, reached out to Nice Kicks to confirm the rumors that Zadeh Kicks was the marketplace biggest buyer, registered under the same username, and this is Beth83. I don't think you're supposed to put all that information out. User on Instagram, Bethany Mockerman, that's his girlfriend, Zadeh's girlfriend. Mockerman also described herself as LinkedIn as a various times as a financial coordinator, financial manager, and CFO of Zadeh Kicks. So she was just as involved too, and that's why her name keeps getting brought up. But he's the front man, I guess. Louis Pounce says, yo, what up, homie? Hope you're having a blessed day. Appreciate that. You as well, homie. Hope you're having a good day. Just getting through this article real quick. This is a long backstory on this joint. We may have to do like a part 2 on this joint for real. I probably will do a part 2. Probably do it again on Wednesday because we got to go down the rabbit hole of all the other articles too. But this is just that backstory and that reminder on this joint. Because I am just going to be on this joint for like an hour. So we'll get through this article and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases. And then we'll wrap things up here for the night as well. It says, a few years, StockX publicly displayed the portfolios of StockX users if they granted permission. The portfolio would add an inventory they chose to upload because it also automatically added items purchased through StockX platform. There was nothing particularly wrong with Zadeh Kicks using StockX to purchase shoes, but the large volume of purchases on the secondary market indicated he had many pre-orders. Zadeh Kicks was feeling this way rather than by purchasing from retailers or other suppliers. So it got to the point where his plugs didn't have the stock numbers for him. You know what I'm saying? The bank of Zadeh Kicks says Zadeh Kicks offers the buyer customers orders had existed several years, but starting in late 2020, an alternative method of transfer became available. Gift cards, rather than sending money back bank wire to repeat pre-order customers, the gift cards allowed for the money to stay within Zadeh Kicks' bank account for consumers using the gift cards to purchase an additional order as easy as transferring in cash. So pretty much it was like, cool, we couldn't fulfill your order, but here's, a gift card that if we get something else out, you can purchase right back through us. So basically, it was a win-win situation for him, if what I'm getting from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how much we got on this one. This article goes deep, dog. Sheesh. Yeah. So, I'm probably gonna circle back on this one for sure, because this one is one of those like a long story in the making coming for sure. So we'll start back on the Bank of Zadeh kicks probably next week, and then let's at these other articles real quick. I think I'm gonna do this. I do want to cover what what the attorney has said for Zadeh Kicks releasing a statement following the guilty plea, because he has pled guilty in this joint, and this is a picture of him. As you can see, he has a very nice collection himself. You know what I'm saying? So he obviously was a sneakerhead, but also it got to the point where he got access to this stuff. You know what I mean? So you got to give him credit where credit is due. Let's cover this part, and then we'll follow back on the rest of the story of Zadeh Kicks. We'll do a part 2 of this joint. Let's see real quick. It says, yesterday, Nice Kicks broke the news that Zadeh Kicks and Bethany Mockerman of Zadeh Kicks pleaded guilty to the federal charges of wire fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Let's see. Zadeh and Macklemore were indicted in 2022 following the voluntary dissolution of Zadeh Kicks LLC. This morning, Nice Kicks exclusively received a statement from Zadeh Kicks counsel Michelle Karen Angelo Ancalfo. I'm assuming that's the name of the place where she works, about his guilty plea. Says, over the past 3 years, Zadeh Kicks done everything in his power to accept responsibility for his wrongdoing and making things right with the people who trusted him. In early 2022, Zadeh took an extraordinary step by turning himself into the FBI before any investigation had even begun. To maximize the victim's recovery, he had millions of dollars worth of items in cash delivered to the federal government and involuntarily filed for a civil receivership for his company, Zadeh Kicks, to make sure the company's assets were preserved and fairly disputed to victims. Mr. Zadeh Kicks fully funded the receivership and provided extraordinary cooperation to the receiver over the past 3 years, resulting in victims and creditors recovering millions of dollars. Yesterday's guilty plea was the latest step in Zadeh Kicks' 3-year single-minded mission to make amends for what he did wrong. Even after his criminal sentences is imposed, Zadeh will continue that effort. So he's looking like he's going to have some type of punishment coming up too, from what I get from it. That's what that means. Like he's pled guilty and did all that, but there still could be some, who knows what the punishment could be. It says Zadeh Kicks is scheduled to be sentenced August 12, 2025. Bethany Mockerman is scheduled to be sentenced August 26, 2025. So he's going to do him 1 week and then her the next week. So this is going to be interesting. Nice Kicks has remained committed to the coverage of the story, providing the truth from the perspectives over investigation piece, the rise in multi. So we'll cover that story. It says, outline the history of Zadeh Kicks business, originally purchased in June, published in June of, and then we got the last part of 2022. So this is the latest and greatest statement on that one. And then we're going to follow back up on this story for sure. But I only want to keep this joint to an hour if you guys don't mind tonight. Let's talk upcoming sneaker releases, and then we'll wrap things up here. And then, this Zadeh Kicks story, that is a wild story. Because you think about it, he's been doing it way longer than what we thought, since 15, 16. So, like, he's just as deep as it is in, like, StockX. But his sales and stuff didn't grow and take off heavily until 2020 and 2021. And that's when 2022, when all the hell broke loose, right? And we're going to keep it 100. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he just got overwhelming for him. He couldn't handle it. Where we at real quick? Kwame said, Zadeh definitely got in over his head, but at least he realized before it was too late. Most definitely. He borderline realized it, but he kept probably trying to fight it. And then to the point where he realized he couldn't do it no more. So he went on and he knew they were hot on him. So he just went on and did what he had to do. You just own up, take responsibility, and see if you can bounce back. You know what I mean? That's all you can do at the end of the day. If we're going to keep it real. Let's see. Divine Photo says, this is why you don't rush and go after early pairs. Exactly, dog. And I'm not taking shots at nobody when I say this, but I'm not the get them early guy, man. I want to get them when I'm supposed to. I want to get them for retail, and I want to get them from a trusted source that is actually supposed to be selling the shoe. Like, I want to get them from I want to get them from a Nike authorized seller. I want to get them from Nike themselves or something like that, or stores that we're used to, that we know are selling them legitimately. You know what I mean? And the thing is, the people that was shopping with Zadeh kicks, these were people that was buying in bulk. They wasn't just buying like, you know what I mean, ones and twosies like what I need. You know what I'm saying? They're buying a bulk because they know they're finna try to make that money back and flip it. Me personally, I don't understand the resale business like that because I'm like, you sell this, you make that money back just to invest back in the stuff and do it all over again. And I mean, you could probably say that about any store, but they get their stuff at a different type of price too. So this is kind of an interesting take on things. But anyway, man, let's talk upcoming sneaker releases and wrap things up here. I know we got the I'm on year 3 set to release Monday. So you guys haven't entered that raffle, and I'll pull that up real quick. We will definitely see if we can catch some W's on that if the people are feeling those. But we also got the Donkey Kong Air Maxes too that's supposed to be dropping here pretty much in pretty soon. So that should be coming. I don't know how, I don't really hate them, but I don't love them either, if that makes sense. I'm putting myself back on the main screen. I do want to just get that raffle up for the On My Gear for the guys who want to enter at the last second just to make sure we good. Because I know there's some people that probably still didn't even really know that we were getting those because I borderline almost forgot about them. So I need to drop a video on that for sure. You know, probably try to drop one here Monday. But yeah, they got the raffles and stuff like that. So as you can see, I'm already locked in and entered. But pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be dropping here pretty soon. So yeah, I think you got until Sunday at midnight to enter. But let me share my screen on this one real quick. Boom, right here. You got the On My Year Air Jordan 3 for the love coming. You got the Air Max joints coming. And then you got the other Air Force Ones coming. Now, I didn't enter for these two, but you can see I'm entered on this one. So, yeah, pretty much it's going to be a very interesting. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if it's limited. We don't know, but I am very curious. I do like these Galley Department and Vans authentic joints right here, too, to be honest. I like them. They look pretty nice. Just ironic. You know what I'm saying? Let's see where we at real quick. Let's see. Devon says, sign up for the On My Year raffle. Last day is tomorrow. Appreciate that. That's what I figured. And it says the raffle closes tomorrow. That's what I figured. Appreciate that. Appreciate that for confirming for me, homie. Yeah, other than that, man, only thing else I think I got on the radar that I really want to see is the neon Air Max 95s, which let me just pull that up real quick. And then whenever the first I do, definitely got to do like a upcoming sneaker releases for sure. But let me see if I can just pull that up real quick just to get some visuals on things right here. What I like to use. So yeah, we got the Donkey Kongs going in. Those are coming March 26th. So pretty much that's right around the corner. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And On My Year joints, those are slated, but I don't even see them loaded up on here. They say March 29th. So I'm assuming the raffle may close tomorrow, but I'm assuming we're going to get some more pairs. They're going to load up on sneakers if I had to guess. Don't quote me, but that's if I had to guess, they're going to load up on sneakers. But don't quote me on that. But they're supposed to be on the 29th. So if I'm not mistaken, and let me just check my calendar real quick. The 29th is, just to do a little bit of homework here, the 29th is actually Saturday. So we're supposed to anticipate these Saturday as well. They're supposed to be Saturday for these guys. Even though the raffle closed, and I think they're going to start choosing winners at that then. But I think we should get a second chance on sneakers on the 29th, which is Saturday. So we'll see, but don't quote me on that because I do not currently see them loaded on sneakers. So again, this is probably a part of that. Nike's doing that fear of missing out, whatever. You know what I mean? To be honest, man, it would be nice to have a nice, strong, steady schedule. You know what I mean? Where we at, Devon says, supposedly the Neon 95 Big Bubble is supposed to be 10K pairs. I heard Manny telling me that during the beginning of the live, too. And they're supposed to be coming out here pretty soon, too, right? I thought we were anticipating them in March. But, I hope there's more pairs than that. What's the point of limiting that shoe? You know what I mean? I don't see why you want to limit that one. So, I don't see it on the calendar right now. So, I thought these were supposed to be coming at the end of March. So, I'm looking for them real quick. I see the On My Year joints. Maybe they got slotted or pushed back. You know what I'm saying? I do see the one joint, the Zoom Air, but yeah, I'm looking for those. I don't see them loaded up, and I don't see them loaded up on sneakers. So, and maybe I'm just scrolling a little too fast here. We do got the Rare Airs that's supposed to be in April, but, you know, I'm going to finish out in March pretty soon, but I thought we were going to get those as well. I'm just looking real quick, doing a quick little scroll before I get on up out of this thing, but we'll see. I'll keep an eye out for them for sure, because I thought they were coming this month as well, but I don't see them loaded up on the calendar or anywhere. So, y'all, I'll check out the Discord for sure, and because I got to get caught up on that as well. But other than that, man, let's wrap things up here for the night. Been on this joint for an hour and 9 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Y'all definitely smash that like button. Sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron Halls, and y'all know we got Music Monday. So I'll see you guys again on Monday. Other than that, sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's free to sign up when we continue the sneaker talk. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday, and I am officially out this thing. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone.